Review is your host, Bebo King, and I'm here to do the review for 2024, particularly on pounds dollar. For the next 365 days, this is the only pair I'm going to be trading, and this is the only pair I'm going to be looking at. So, my focus, my attention, my energy, my passion, everything will be poured on just this pair. Okay. Uh, I believe that the dollar I make on gold or the dollar I make on euro and the dollar I make on pounds USD is actually the same dollar. So the idea there is get that money. Okay. Before we get started, I just want to use this opportunity to share a few inner thoughts that I have. Um, Last year was very rocky for me. I had a lot of experiences last year, and I learned something. Um, I am nothing without God. So, to start this year and to start my reviews, I'll be sharing a bit of the Word of God before I delve into the chart itself. And today, I have two words that I want to share with you. The first being Matthew 7:7, right? It says, ask and it will be given unto you, seek and you shall find, then knock and the door will be opened unto you. Now, why am I talking about this? We've all entered this new year. We all have our expectations and we are pondering, is it possible? Is it not possible? As forex traders, we've woken up, we said, if I can just make maybe $500,000 this year, I'm this, I'm that. Now, the Bible has said the first thing, you need to ask. Now, who are you asking? You need to ask your creator. You need to ask your father, right? If a child is born of the father and the mother. Now, if the child needs anything, the child has to ask his parents, oh, mom, could I get ice cream? Dad, can I get a car? And things like that before he becomes an adult. So we are all children of God. So we need to learn how to ask, right? Ask God. Now, in response to this, right, I now have something that goes with it from the Lord, right? This is Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2 and 3. And the Lord answered, and then the Lord replied, write down the revelation or write down your vision, make it plain, right? So that you may run with it. And the revelation will wait for an appointed time. I don't like this version. Let me switch it to King James Version. The English is confusing me a bit. Let me use New King James Version. So it says, run with it, make it plain, run with it. It may tarry, but it will come to an appointed time. Certainly, it is going to happen. Now, why am I talking about this? First, you need to ask your creator this period. And I think this is the best time. Anything you want in 2024, you have to make it at the beginning, right? Battles are not won while the fight is happening. It is won before the battle starts, right? So you need to plan and say, okay, God, this is what I want to do. These are the things I want to accomplish. These are the things I want to see. Write it down. Make it plain. Don't confuse yourself. Walk towards it, right? Run towards it, right? Run towards it. When we say run towards it, you want to make $500,000 and you are sitting down somewhere waiting for someone to come and make the $500,000 for you. It will not work. Faith without work is dead. And working without faith is just waste of work. Are you with me? So you need to work, right? And put your energy to it. Eventually, that thing that you're expecting would happen. It will surely what come to pass. Okay. So please make your plans. Ask God. I've made my plans for 2024. I've presented it before the Lord. And part of my plans are the things that made me make up the decision that I was going to trade pounds, dollar. And now, our James Version simply says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, make it plain upon the table, that he may run that reads it. And the he here is you. You are the one that is writing the vision. You are the one that is to make it plain. You are to walk with your vision. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak, it shall not lie. Though it may tarry, wait for it. It will surely come to pass. It will not tarry. Meaning that what you want, what you desire, eventually is going to happen. Okay? So I hope I've been able to charge you. Remember, write your dream, write your idea, make it plain. Say this is what you want to accomplish. This is what you're working towards, right? This is what you're working towards. This is what you want, right? And once you do that, you can then achieve everything you have always wanted. Okay, so let's go to the charts. All right. Now, this is the chart on the monthly time frame, right? And as you can see from here, from November 1, 2007, the market has been on a downwards move, right? Now, no, let me go to the, there we can see that between 2009 and 2015, we had a range before the market fell, right? We had a range here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, before the market fell. And here again, from 2017 or 2016, let's say 2017, we had another range here before the market fell. Now, immediately the market fell, the market has done what? Pulled back upwards, right? Now, what I want to see is what the market is going to do here, right? It's good to always evolve and learn. There's something I learned from ICT called Power of Three, right? Now, let me put this here. Change the color, make it black, right? So let's say this is a consolidation here, right? And then the market breaks down. This can be seen as a form of manipulation, right? If this price should break above this level, then there's a possibility the price may pull back and do what? Run to the upper side, right? So this would be the consolidation, this would be the manipulation, and this would be the distribution. But this is on a higher time frame. This may happen if God tarries, say till maybe 2030, 2035, and the likes. Okay, so for now, what we are looking at is we want to see what the market is going to do, right? And what I'm looking at the moment is, let me see the last high. This was the last high here. This was the last high here, right? Let me zoom out a bit. This was the last high, and this was the last low. This was the last high, and this was the last low. So right now, our current range from 2021 to 2023, currently now 2024, is between 1.0380 and 1.4242, right? Remember, we had a range on the monthly time frame. We had the market breakdown. We were waiting for either a push and a break above or a continuation to the downside. Secondly, I'm looking right here. If you zoom in a bit, for those who understand candlestick pattern, what we have here looks like a very nice morning star, right? This was a bearish candle. This is more like a doji and a bullish candle to the upper side. And this one has closed above this level, meaning that there is a high probability that this market is going to run to the upper side. Okay. Significant high. I'm just doing this because I'm also going to label it on the weekly time frame as well. Now let's move to the weekly time frame. Okay, please, if you have questions, you can write them down. We would have another session after this. Okay, so this is the weekly time frame, right? And what I want to look at is what happened last year. Now, if you look at the weekly time frame, you can see the market came down. Then we had a bit of a range here before the market pushed up, and then the market pulled back down, and now the market is currently around here, right? Okay, so I'm going to mark for last year, where the last year start from. This is where last year started from. All right, so this is where the whole of last year started from. So this was 2022, this was 2023, right? So if I mark the high and low for last year, this was last year's high, right? And this was last year's low. So last year, we had the market come out of here, pulled down a bit, pushed and gave us a new high above this level, right? And then the market pulled here, and then the market is pushing to the upper side. So if you ask me, I would say that the market is what? On an upward movement, right? But I want to know how far this market may push up to for this year, right? So I'm going to apply my Fibonacci from this low to this high, right? And you can see here the market reacted at the 79 fib level. And since it reacted at this 79 fib level, I'm expecting that the market is going to come up to this point, right? So for me, if you ask me, I would be expecting that this slight pullback here should extend to this point, which is around 1.351, right? 1.351. I'm going to delete this now. So I'm saying the market is most likely going to pull up to this point, which actually makes sense. Let me explain why. So here we had an FVG and an order block, and this was what served as this year's high, right? Now the market has pulled back. Where did it pull back to? It pulled back to this order block or demand zone or support zone here, right? You can see this clearly. The market respected this zone. The market came down and closed the zone. Now, what am I expecting the market to move to? The market is most likely going to move up to this next zone, which is somewhere around here, right? Which is somewhere around here. Can you see that? So for now, I would be looking at a possibility of this market running to the upside. Now, I'm not just saying just jump into the market and buy, because anything can actually happen from here. Now, when I'm talking about anything, what do I mean? If you look here, we also have a small gap here. So what am I saying? I'm saying it is possible for this market to do this, maybe from here, come down a bit, then do what? Run to this side. Now, from here, two things can happen. Either the market will break up to this level, or the market may pull back down. Now, you'll be wondering, why am I expecting that the market may pull back down? Remember that this is a review for the year, right? Why am I expecting that the market may pull back down? That's because on the monthly time frame, we have a gap here, right? Let me change this color so that you would see what I'm talking about. So we have a gap here that hasn't been closed on the monthly time frame, right? But this may just push up a bit, then come down to this place, right? So if I come to the weekly time frame, right? On the weekly time frame, we have a gap here as well. I've learned something. The market moves from OB to OB, right? Now, this is the weekly or the review for the entire year, what I'm expecting for the entire year. Now, what I'm looking at is the possibility. Let me zoom out to 2026. The possibility of the market doing this, maybe from here, pull back a bit, run up to this point, then from here, pull back to this original order block before doing what? Run into the upper side. So this is the overall movement I am expecting for GU in 2025. Sorry, 2025. I've already jumped to 2025. 2024 to 2025. And then from 2025, we can be looking for a bullish move. So this year, we may see a push up, then a push to the downside. Okay. Now, this is the work on the weekly time frame. Now, why am I expecting a pullback? That's because on the daily time frame, right, I have what we call a rising wedge. Okay, this is a what? A rising wedge. And anybody who understands trading properly would know that rising wedge are things you don't trifle with. All right, they are things you don't play with. Once you see a rising wedge, you wait for a breakout. All right. So this is a rising wedge right here. Now we have here as our origin where the market pushed up from. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now we can wait for a break, wait for the price to pull back to this area. Now this break is going to be lower than here. We'll wait for a pullback to this area, right? And then we ride it to the downside before we can expect a bullish move. Now, please note something. The market has to break below this last low for it to become valid, right? If it becomes valid, then we can look for a sell somewhere around here. Let me mark here, give you a proper red color. That red. First here. So if you say you want to trade this on a daily time frame, right? First and foremost, the market has to create a new low, right? After it creates the new low, you wait for the market to pull back up here and you take a sell back into the zone. So you'll be looking for a sell, say somewhere around here. Your stop loss will be above the previous high, right? And your take profit will be somewhere around here. Okay. So this is what I'm expecting. So if the market comes down here, what I'll be doing from this area, 1.276 down to maybe 1.23, I'll be looking for sell opportunities, right? And then from here, I'll be looking for opportunities to do what? Take a buy. Like I'll be looking for a reversal pattern to where? To this upside here, as explained on the weekly time frame. And then from here, I'll be looking for a reversal pattern to the downside. So I've shown you what to expect. All you simply need to do is mark your chart, wait for the market to react around those areas, and then you take advantage of the market. Okay. So as a bonus for today, I'm going to go to the lower time frame, right? And I'm going to try to show you a trade opportunity. Let me delete everything I've drawn. Okay, fantastic. So right here, on the lower time frame, which is 1 hour, we have this market drop to this area, and right now we have some form of liquidity grab using what's it called, using ICT nomenclature, right? We have something like this here. We have a gap here, right? We have a gap here. So I personally, I would like, remember that we have a rising wedge on the daily time frame. I would like to see this market most likely push below this level here, right? Push below this level, then push back up into the zone before the actual fall. All right. However, if this market, because we currently have a consolidation, pushes up like this and gives me a manipulation here, I can take a sell. Once it comes below this level, when it comes back up here, I can take another sell, which would be the manipulation here and then the distribution somewhere around here. So these are the trades I'm looking at for this week. I hope I've been able to add value to you. If you have questions, please make a comment in the comment section so that I'm going to stop here. Please, you may need to watch this over and over again, or if you're not clear on what the market is doing, you may need to come back to watch it and review once again. Thank you so much and have a lovely 2024 ahead.